Bigbossjock. Doing the weather report. Update. Here we go. We got a situation here. Mighty 750. Broadcast en vivo y directo. El Poderoso. 750. Yo soy el jefe. El jefe grande de los jockeys del discos. Tengo el noticiero. Update, beepity beep. People, we got a situation going here. I invite you to watch the clip. It's called The View, and you decide. I'm teaching you how to analyze. We're getting code. It's about to go. The way I see it here on the show, I know how to read the hands. I've been watching this for a year and a half now. It's the show I watch Monday through Friday to analyze. There's a reason why. Half the population, excuse me, before I continue on, there's a reason I've been able to open my eyes. And I'd like to say thank you to our Allah for helping me unwind my mind, helping me do this rhyme, line by line. Thank you, Allah. As I continue, people, let's get the update. It's updated here on, it uploaded 25th of January 2017. It's entitled View, co-host, weigh in on Second Amendment, rights and gun control. The View. It's about to go, and I'll show you how and at what times. These are about 15-minute segments, and I'm watching the clock. Let's go. I've been watching this. I wasn't doing a recording, but I have to, because what I'm seeing is situations caliente. Yeah. I mean, it might turn into red hot, rojo. Oh, well, we'll have to see. Let's let it roll. We're at 207. We're getting the code, and it's about Texas. Let's see what hand signals we get. How it works on this set, Whoopi gets code from a monitor that's located on the right-hand side of the screen. Her eyes veer up to the right-hand side above where the camera would be located. The camera is located in the front and sweeps. They also have, I think, 2 or 3 other cameras, so they can give different angles. Joy, she gets her code from wherever the camera is. There's a prompter and gives her code. Sunny, she gets hers also from near where the camera is. Sarah, she's getting hers from a teleprompter similar to Whoopi's, and it's on the left-hand side of the screen. Jedediah also is getting code, and I haven't figured out exactly where she's getting her code from. They use the flashcards, tap them on the table, compare them to the words and what they want heard. They're also used as triggers. That's used in hypnosis by psychiatrists. The computer-generated tones in their voices, the backdrop, the circular motions, all coincide with the words. Let's see. Now, welcome to The View. I've been watching you. Hi, I'm a viewer also. And you? Well, that'd be the cast members. I'm speaking right to you. Whoopi, you're full of hate. I said the word. Me? You more than irritate. Watching you deceive the people? Dupe your community? You've done your part. Let's roll. Syntonia, audience, listeners here at the Mighty 750. Let's see what we see. We'll go back to 2 minutes and let it roll.
I'm going to assume that you're...
I'll describe the programming. I have a clip that's 4 hours long on The View, and I have various ones. The thing was, I hadn't thought about, I don't know how to separate the clips. In the future, it will be aired. I've done hours on The View. And so what I would like to do is explain all the programming, but it would take us a while. In this clip, it's a weather update. So I'm not going to explain second by second the programming that's going on. It's one of the heaviest programming I've seen out of all the programs I watched of little clips. I don't regularly, frequently watch any clips, but I've seen bits and bites here and there of various programs off various channels of the 6 corporations. They all are using the same techniques. Continuing on, 202, let's see what we see.
Mentally challenged, or you got a criminal background. You have no reason not to accept a background check.
Yeah.
Ever.
I had a
And she represents the African American community who she feels needs more restrictions, who need more policing.
conversation with someone in Texas.
Okay, there she goes. Joy, she pointed to us when Jedediah said Texas. She's giving us a signal. And what you people need to realize is that Joy is part of Whoopi's group. Sonny's also. Sarah, she plays the part of the obedient Yankee Caucasian. Jedediah, she plays a definite Donald supporter. She believes in being able to defend oneself, carrying a gun to do so. When she said Texas, Joy, she gave us the code to go. See, she gives us take note. Just a moment ago, they told us it's going to happen next month. I'll roll it back. We'll listen in. That's why this makes, I should have found that first before I started recording. It's something worth updating again. I'll be uploading this shortly. Let's run it back and listen to their words.
The key.
I support background checks, I do.
You know, there's a great book that I've been listening to.
The liberal.
The liberal. Redneck Liberal.
Hey, let's play it back and listen to the whole clip. The liberal redneck.
About Chicago, and he says
Where's
228 shootings in.
And she's going to talk these numbers. That's to scramble one's mind, try to figure out the numbers another time for all the DID sufferers. That's what they do. They do numbers, spin them. Now it's trying to find meaning because most can't do numbers so fast. So let's continue on.
2017 and 42 killings, up 24% from 2016. That is true, but I don't think he is addressing the real problem, which is we need to reduce gun violence. And so if he were talking about that kind of policy, I think that would be very important.
And people, they're planning a revolution, a civil war, an evolution, calling it a war, one side against the other. Gun control at the same time. How do you feel about that African American community? You would agree with further gun laws at the same time fighting Donald's group? I mean, are you people seeing the deception here? Continuing on.
And Representative Gutierrez issued this statement. He said, when the president wants to work with states and localities on public policies to reduce gun violence, he will find partners in cities like Chicago, but I think he'd rather spend his time on Twitter. And
Gossip.
And that's really
Standing in line, waiting to buy my groceries, looking at the cover of the rag another time.
They believe the more guns you have, the less violence you'll have. That's what they believe, and that's
and this former federal
From the rag.
will tell you it's
You're
not true.
arming people who are law-abiding citizens, and those people who have guns that are criminals are going to get them anyway, and you want people who are law-abiding citizens to be able to counter criminals. Chicago has the strictest gun control laws, some of the strictest gun control laws in the country.
Irrelevant. It's a country of 310 million people. Why put the highlight on one city?
Background checks, I want you to be able to
Well,
go
that's
back
the key.
You just said the key. You just said the key.
I support background checks, I do.
You know, there's a great book that I've been listening to. The liberal. Redneck Liberal. And the guy is brilliant. I mean, if you don't know this, it's brilliant.
Let's get him on the show.
And yes, I've been working on that.
Say what? Next month.
I'll explain the program. See, next month. Here we go. And she just did it too. Watch what they did. This is code. Okay, the Redneck Liberal. Where does the redneck live? In Texas, right? We know this. There's lots of them there. Watch what they're doing at 128. And this is all code. I know this show real well. Whenever she looks to the audience, and especially today, towards the left-hand side of the screen, as if that means she's looking specifically at her group, her exclusive group, the ones that'll get out into the streets for her. Okay, here we go. Watch what she does. We're at 128. I got to cover this fast so I can get the weather report up. I'll do a couple weather reports. Here we go.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Not the women, see? Don't talk like a queer, and that's to me. They'll hear that.
Yeah, I've been working on it.
Okay. She's been working on that, and she looked to her group. He's a brilliant man when she was referring to the Redneck Liberal. You think she cares about the Redneck Liberal? And she looked to her group as yeah. Because they're doing this deception thing where they go along with it, but they're smiling. See, it's an inside joke we know, and we're about to go. And that's our group. We'll go along with it today. She keeps doing this. Okay, and they said, next month, Sonny put up her thumb and said, And before that, Joy, she motioned with her hand. No, she's going to. And she's going to do it again, and that's on Texas. Watch. And this is all code.
Say what?
Next month.
Okay. So,
thumbs up.
You know,
And what they do is, Jedediah put her thumb up too, and is smiling also. What Sonny does with the others, is especially with Whoopi, they're smiling, see? They're in on it. Joy is also, they're in one group. Sarah, she's out there. She's obedient, and she obeys. She knows, and she does it every day. She gets schooled. She's the one who is supposed to represent the masses of the Caucasian women, Yankee Caucasian, being schooled how to act. Let's continue on and get the hand motion for Texas here. This is as if children on the playground pretending that, oh yeah, we're all friends, but they've chatter, and really that one over there isn't our friend, and when they come over here, whether it's he or she, we're going to pretend like they are, but really they're not. And Jedediah, she's going along with it too, because she doesn't mind none. She's got her group out there, and she knows it. Here we go.
I'm talking about, because he's a guy from the South, okay? And he said, listen, there's a lot of us down here.
This is all about the Redneck Liberal, or is it about the redneck that lives in Texas? Continuing on. Follow.
Don't misunderstand me.
Joy just gave code. It's computer generated with her. And if it's not, what they're doing is they're doing these acts and then on the set and snippeting them, putting them into the edited version for us to all see. Continuing on.
They hunt, they shoot, they have a good time, but he said, we don't have
They hunt, they shoot. Where do they do that? Texas, too. Let's go.
any issues with background checks. He said, if we're trying to do background checks on people who may be mentally challenged or they have all kind of criminal background, if you're complaining about it, he said, then I'm going to assume that you're mentally challenged or you got a criminal background.
Right.
You have no reason not to accept a background check, ever.
I had a conversation with someone in Texas about that and asked him about that.
Had a conversation with someone in Texas about that, rubbed her nose. That's how it goes. Continue. And that's no big deal. They use hand codes. The whole time they're giving us signs with their hands as code. Continue on. Not going to mention Texas again.
Because he supports, he's a...
Wait, or was it right there? And Joy did it and I didn't catch it. We'll go back. I believe Joy's going to flip her hand when Jed says Texas.
I had a conversation with someone in Texas about that and asked him about that.
She does something over there at that time too. With a pen in her right hand, Joy.
Background check, ever.
I had a conversation with someone in Texas about that and asked him
Impatient. Jedediah is talking over me. They do this constantly.
About that and
Frequently.
because he's a Second Amendment guy who supports background checks, and he said that a lot of the people...
Oh, Whoopi's allowing her to talk again, talk to her group with her eyes, looked right at us, and
people who oppose it feel that it's a slip.
Then the Caucasian, Joy looked at her, and then she looked at Whoopi, looked back. This Caucasian that's overly aggressive, we're letting her do it again.
Slope. Their argument is that it's going to go from background checks to limiting the types of guns you can have to limiting the ammo you can have to suddenly your Second Amendment rights.
On the other side of this is one of Donald's sons, Hans or Fritz, I don't know which one it is. I think it's Junior. Donald Jr.
Disrespectful. They didn't do it with Masha Sasha and Malia. Excuse me.
Believes that not everybody have a gun, but they should all have a silencer on their guns. Now, if you're at the airport and you're on level 2 and there's a gunfight on level 1, you should be able to hear that so that you can get the hell out of there. So on top of all this, they want to put a silencer on. Now that is when you shoot someone to kill somebody, and you don't want anybody to hear you. What is going on?
Thank you for explaining the silencer.
Where is this country going? Yeah.
Listen, there are a lot of ways.
Yeah, that was the code we're going for. I'll let it run out. That's the weather report, the update. Watch it for yourself. It's a subtle code. I don't know. Let's see if it's worth the upload. Well, I want to see her hand.
Assume that you're mentally challenged or you got a criminal background. You have no reason not to accept the
She does it or not. She is talking though.
I had a conversation with someone in Texas about
Yeah, it is. She moves her hand around with the pen. And with that and the next month, and watch Whoopi's signals to the crowd, it's worth uploading. That's the weather report. Bigbossjock signing off. El gran jefe de los jockeys del discos, Firmando fuera.